Hello and welcome to What You Want, a little visual novel type game where you start work as an assistant for a potion shop. Sounds like a very cute idea, so yeah, let's start a new game. Every spring, the village I live in holds a huge festival. A really big deal. Almost everyone participates. There are a ton of stalls and activities, and people come from all over just to attend. So what am I doing to prepare for all this? Well, I am job hunting. Some celebration this is, but I need the money. Every afternoon I go to the town centre to see if there are any jobs on the bulletin board. Even odd jobs are better than nothing, but I haven't had luck finding any of those either. A couple of days ago, I even had someone snatch a job posting off the board while I was reading it. Rude. I hope they get fired. I wasn't expecting today to be much different, but I spotted a new flyer on the board. Urgent help needed. Looking for assistant to help make potions for festival preparations. Previous experience useful but not required. Sign your name at the bottom of the flyer for more information. I do have a little bit of potion making experience. This might just be right up my alley. Oh, okay, that's cool. I can actually sign my actual name. Well, I mean, not my real name, but you know what I mean. We got it with red shirt, as we always do. Wait, who did I just sign up to work for? If I can read the shop name, I feel a strange sensation. Next time I blink, I'm no longer in the town square. Uh-oh. What did we just sign? We didn't sign over like our firstborn or our soul or something. In the distance, I can hear a delightful gasp followed by footsteps running towards me. It sure looks like a witch's shop, alright? And not just any witch's shop. Oh, hi. Welcome to Mirabelle's Miraculous Mixtures, but I'm sure you already knew that, right? No. Of course. But your outfit is really cute, I like it. I don't think telling her that I didn't read the paper I signed would be a good idea. Oh, of course, there isn't anyone around here who doesn't know about Mirabelle's shop. Sure, she's more infamous than famous, but she doesn't need to know that. Either she doesn't realize I'm lying, or she's too desperate to care, because she just smiles brightly at me. So you can start today, right? Yes. It's a bit of short notice, but I'm not going to look a gift witch in the mouth. If that witch owns the worst potion shop in town. Do you have any experience brewing potions? A bit. Great, then you shouldn't have any trouble. These are all very simple potions, I assure you. The only issue we're having is quantity. There's so much to make and only one little old me. But that's about to change, Redshirt. Come on, let me show you where you'll be working. Grabs my hand and leads me away from the front of the shop towards the back rooms. Normally I'd be excited over getting to hold hands with a pretty girl, but, well, maybe it's best not to dwell on that for now. Ooh, maybe we can get some later, hey? Your brewing station doesn't have as many ingredients stocked as my personal station, but I promise it'll be enough for you to make plenty of potions. I'll be handling the more complex orders, so the simplest stuff will be your responsibility. Okay, cool. Mirabelle takes me to a small enclave downstairs with a cauldron surrounded by tables and shelves of different types of herbs, flowers, and other materials. On the wall above the cauldron is a small mirror. That teleportation spell sure sculpted you up a bit, didn't it? You can take a moment to gather yourself here if you'd like. Oh, okay, and then we get to actually Make our character. Cool. Okay, yeah, I think I'm done. Very cute. Very, very cute. Nice and cozy, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad we agree. We're going to get along super well. I can just feel it, can't you? Of course you can. I should know better than to ask questions I already know the answer to. Silly me. And here's something else. Those one-star Yelp reviews couldn't have prepared me for this. Since this is your first day, I made sure to start you off with a really simple potion so you can get into the groove. I have a customer who's in urgent need of a strength potion. She's really strong on her own, of course, but there's a lot of stuff that needs moving. So it would help her out if she had a potion that made her even stronger. All you need to do is put the ingredients in the cauldron, stir the mixture, and voila! You have a brand new potion ready for drinking. Don't really remember any strength recipes though. Hey, don't worry about that, it's really simple. We need some cat's eyes, some peach seeds, and... Robo and I stare at each other. Smile on the face doesn't crack even once. Well, would be too easy if I just gave you the whole recipe, wouldn't it? Think of it as a puzzle. It's 2 ingredients plus something salt. You can figure it out on your own. That proves you're able to think on your feet and make the quality potion our shop is known for. Oh, I got plenty of work to take care of myself, so I should go. Ta-ta! Okay. Yeah, I can see where she gets her reputation from then. I mean, the customer service attitude is pretty top tier, but can't say the same about her merchandise. She flees away before I can say anything in response. What have I got myself into? Cat's eye, gems, peach seed, and something salt. Let's see what's here. I love our little hat, it's so fucking cute. Okay, so something soft, so maybe the feather? Okay, we got the cat eye gems, and the rose petals, mint, peach seeds, and beeswax. Or dandelion and lavender. And also the check potion. Okay, grimoire. Grimoire said the potion needs cat's eyes, some peach, and something soft. Okay, beeswax, as if bees weren't already useful. When combined with a reagent, beeswax can be dissolved to use a potion base with nearly unlimited uses. Usually provides mild effects and isn't very reactive. Some witches use so much beeswax in their potions that they raise their own beehives just to cultivate it. You don't want to make a beekeeper witch mad. Okay, it's bluebird feather. Bluebirds are a common sight in this area, so it's no surprise that there's quite a stock of their feathers. Feathers have different effects based on the type of bird they come from. Bluebird feathers in particular are especially useful in enhancing the user's attributes. Careful not to confuse these with blue feathers from other species of birds. Many a shop have been ruined by unfortunate feather mix-ups. Does not sound good. Okay, lavender. Famed for its scent and calming properties, lavender is also often used as a stabilizer in potions. Ingredients which may otherwise be incompatible or explosive can often be safely combined if you place a pinch of lavender in them. Make sure you don't get your lavender potions mixed up with your nightly lavender tea. Okay, cat's eye gems. Gemstones might be a strange thing to put in a potion, but turns out that cat's eye gems act as a potent intensifier. Just make sure to include a reagent to help dissolve the gem, and you can turn a small effect into a dazzling display. Don't worry, cat's eye refers to the shape of the markings of the gem. No cats were harmed, hurt, or placed in boxes in the making of any potions. Good. Okay, peach seeds. You might not be expected from peaches, but the seeds are extremely potent in affecting energy. Depending on what other ingredients are used in the potion, they can give a tired person a wake-up boost, give an insomniac a good night's sleep, or even shift elemental energies in the air. As a bonus, potions made with peaches seeds taste delicious. Hell yeah. Okay, rose petals. They're romantic. Roses aren't just a pretty flower to give you a lover though. These petals are a common ingredient in anything that affects passion and emotions. They're effective at it too, so make sure not to put too many. Legend has it that witch once used rose petals to make a hate potion. Nobody's ever figured out the recipe they use though. Maybe that's a good thing. Okay, mint. Burr. Nobody says burr out loud. Mint's coolness carries over to its uses in potions, used to help relieve a variety of ailments, numbing pain, lowering fevers, or even cooling temperatures. Or tempers. Its versatility always makes up for how easily the plants spread where you don't want them. Fortunately, mint potions taste far, far worse than mint desserts. I mean, I kinda like mint desserts, but anyway, dandelions. Once you think the dandelion would be more common as a potion ingredient, well, how common they are. In fact, however, there are very few potion recipes that explicitly include them. Like wishes, dandelion may not always help you reach your goal, but when they do, they have a big effect. Okay, cool. Okay, so we want cat's eye, peach seeds, and then I'm assuming the feather. Sure, let's create the potion. Try to put all the ingredients in the cauldron and stir them, the mixture begins to bubble satisfyingly. Been a while since I've done this, it's actually pretty relaxing. As long as I ignore the circumstances that brought me here. Before too long the brew is finished and I pour it into an empty bottle. Consistency is silky smooth. You'd have no idea that this was my first potion in a long time. Phew, the customer's here. Want a strength potion to go. Everyone seems to be in a hurry when she enters, but after she takes the potion out of my hand, she takes a moment to look at it. Wow, that is a beautiful potion, especially since you said you only have a little bit of experience. She leans in towards me, her tone of voice conspiratorial. Why, I almost think you just stole this from a shop. Why would I want to steal your potions? Of course not. Just kidding. Let's get this to the customer. Milka runs off again, and I hurry to get back. For a moment I think about following her, but instead I take the opportunity for a break, even if it's just for a few minutes. She might be the one running around, but I feel like I'm the one who needs to stop and take a breath. A few minutes later, I can hear footsteps approaching. She probably has another task for me. But when I turn to her face, instead of giving me another order, she pulls me into a hug. It was perfect! Congratulations on your first successful order! Thank you. She lets go of me and keeps her hand on my shoulder. This partnership is going very well so far, if I say so myself. Now, on to the next order. The next few hours, Mirabelle sets me out with some simple orders, which all go as well as the first one, though without as much hugging. In between, she gives me a tour of the shop. If I didn't know any better, I'd think it was actually a really nice place, but just because the decor is pretty and everything's organized doesn't mean the stock is good. Eventually the sun begins to set and Mirabelle closes the shop, waves me off as I leave. I guess she lives on the second floor. Okay, that first day went without a hitch, which is good. To be honest, yesterday still kind of feels like it was an elaborate fever dream. One moment I was just job hunting at the bulletin board like usual, and next I'd signed my soul off to the worst potion shop in town for a week. Okay, so that was a bit over dramatic. It actually went pretty well, all things considered. And my keep and nobody got poisoned. On the one hand, by this time next week, I'll be completely free from this job. but maybe not free of a very pretty witch. Well, otherwise I have a lot of free time to date a pretty witch, maybe. On the other, Mirabelle is so exhausting to be around that even just a week, actually not even a week now, feels like it'll be an almost insurmountable slog. Honestly, I'm not complaining. Open the door to the shop, the bright tinkle of the bell mixing with the bird song in the air. It's me, Mirabelle. Richard, it's so good to see you. Seems like time hasn't blunted her enthusiasm for me, or the work I'm doing, any. Ready for another great day of work? Yeah, sure. Made sure to study up on some basics last night, just in case, you know. Now that's the kind of forward-thinking preparation any shopkeep values in an assistant. So take it you're ready for today's first order? I sure am. What do we have today? Well, the good news is that the strength potion you brewed yesterday went perfectly. Good news? Then what's the bad news? A certain customer came to the shop in a panic while I was getting ready for bed. Things were pretty hectic in the preparation for the festival. Apparently she dropped some really heavy boxes. Ouch. On someone else's foot. Ouch. That's what I said. She, the woman whose foot had the boxes dropped on her, went to a healer, but, well, you know what they're like sometimes over there. The customer feels really bad about what happened, and she wants to give her a potion to relieve the pain. A pain relief potion. A few recipes for those, but one that you have ingredients for contains lavender, beeswax, and something cool, which would be mint. Something cool? Yeah. Is she messing with me, or did she really just forget an ingredient again? You're a smart cookie, Redshirt. Confident you'll do just as well today as you did yesterday. No pressure then. Now, if you don't mind, I have some other orders to take care of. I'll be back to check on you in a bit. Okay, well, this shouldn't be too bad. Mirabelle gives me a quick wave as she leaves me on my own again. Lavender, beeswax, something cool. Okay, well this is pretty easy. So, lavender, beeswax, and then mint is this one right up here. Too easy. Done. Great. Let's see. Pour the ingredients in and start stirring. Don't want to jinx it early, but it seems like this potion's going just as well as the previous one. Maybe I have a talent for this. Like before, when the brew is done, I bubble it up. And also like before, Mirabelle is here to take it from me before I can do anything else. Oh, excellent brew. Why, if I don't watch out, you might steal my job right under me. Is that supposed to be a compliment? For my own well-being, I'm going to assume that is. Thank you. I'm sure Sarah will find this very useful. Sarah? Oh, she's the customer. Guess that potion isn't for her, but knowing that other woman isn't in pain should take a weight off her shoulders. Especially since she doesn't have the strength potion anymore. I'll give this to her right away. Just stay here. I'll have some more recipes for you in a moment. With a signature smile on her face, Mirabelle pats me on the head before she leaves. Next few hours cycle between receiving orders, filling them, and being subject to Mirabelle's alternating affection and backhanded praises. Because I'm working full hours today, it feels like even more like a slog. By the time the shop closes, all I want to do is go to bed. 2 days down, 5 to go. If I survive them. I mean, these days are flying pretty fast for me, and like I only had to deal with only doing one potion, but I'm definitely not in our main character's shoes, so I can't speak for her. At the beginning of my 3rd day working with Mirabelle, I make a promise to myself. Won't let this job consume me, even if I'm good at it. I haven't known Maribel personally for very long, but she has to know that her shop's reputation is terrible. If I can help relate that, well, maybe it's a bit flattering, but it could also lead to this job being way more than I signed up for, which is probably gonna happen. We'll see how things shake up in the next few days, but I'm confident that things will turn out well. When I enter the shop, I don't even get the chance to say anything before Muriel makes her presence known. Richard, just the woman I wanted to see. I have great news. What is it? The potion we gave Sarah yesterday worked like a charm. She even told me Lillian, that's the woman she dropped the box on, was shocked by how well it worked. Oh, that's good. I think there's an apply considering where it was brought, in that sense she's forgetting. In fact, he was so impressed that she came over to buy another potion herself. Really? Yep, you just missed her actually. We don't have any knitting potions in stock, so I had to ask her to come back later. That's where you come in. Knitting potion? That's what she's using it for anyway. It's a potion to enhance her concentration and dexterity to make up for the progress she lost on her stall stock. Pretty simple. It'd be a bit too simple for how well you've been doing, frankly, but I won't have time to do it myself, so just put in some beeswax, some lavender, and something red. I'm guessing the roses. I'm also wondering, what is she busy doing exactly, seeing as I'm doing all the potion orders? Something red? Oh, I think I hear the bell. I'll check on you later, Richard. I also just realised something red and my name is Richard. Hopefully I don't need to put a bit of me in there. Because ew. Because I'm either thinking like I had to cut my hand or probably putting a body part or something, or if it's that time of the month, if you know, you know, but I definitely heard a woman using that kind of blood for certain ailments and stuff, and God, definitely on the internet way too much to know anything about that, and I wish I could forget about it. Anyway, back to potion making. I just kinda had to figure out ingredients the whole time I'm here, aren't I? But I've been doing pretty well so far, so yeah, well, just standing here won't get the potion made any faster. Or something red that goes with beeswax and lavender. Okay, so we'll put beeswax and lavender in, and well, I mean, the only other thing red is the rose petals. Rose petal? Okay, sure, let's create the potion. A potion well made, if I say so myself. Never thought I'd ever make a potion for knitting, but there's a first time for everything, I suppose. Oh, hi, why are you so close to me? Oh, this one looks really pretty. Maribel? Totally out of my thoughts by Maribel was sudden intrusion. It surprises me so much that I nearly dropped the bottle onto the ground. Luckily, she seems to have the reflex of a cat. Catches it as soon as my fingers lose the grip on the glass. Oops, you should be a little bit more careful, Richard. It's a good thing I was here to help you out, though. Yeah, well, if you weren't sneaking up on me, I wouldn't have dropped it. But that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't have almost dropped it if you hadn't snuck up on me. Exactly what I'm saying. That's alright, just let me get this back to Lillian, and then we can move on to the rest of the day's work. Leaves the back room, and I try my hardest not to think about her fingers brushing against mine, or how empty the room feels without her presence. I think the weirdness of the situation might be rubbing off on me. Oh, I'm sure we're gonna be rubbing off on something later. No, I'm being silly. About what? Again? Somehow today's turned into Maribel accidentally, at least I hope it's accidentally, scaring the living daylight out of me. Well, I'm making potions while I'm on my lunch break while I'm waiting for some more orders. It'd be really funny if it weren't happening to me. But it is happening to me, so instead it's driving me up the walls. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna get pinned to the walls later. Am I right or am I right? After the shop closes and I head home, I keep half expecting her to sneak up on me again. I don't know what it is, but something about today feels off. Maybe it is just because I had a bit of trouble sleeping last night. I can't help but get the feeling that something is going to happen. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm too tired to deal with the real crisis today. I guess, Maribel, that's a crisis. My hopes are dashed as soon as I enter the shop. Hello, Richard. It's good to see you today. Well, I am your assistant for this week. Maribel is more nervous than I've ever seen her. You can tell she's trying to play it off and cover her nerves with cheerfulness, but she's really bad at hiding it. Is everything alright? Of course, everything's alright. Everything's pushing up daisies for the shop. Why wouldn't I be alright? That's a really long-winded way of saying no. Okay. Isn't really any of my business, isn't it? Not like I am not even a long-term employee. Both of our jobs right now are to face today with a smile. Maribel pokes at the sides of my mouth. Alright? Alright. Relax into a genuine smile despite myself. Now, Sarah came back over to the shop today. I'm not used to having regulars. I mean, having regulars is a completely normal part of owning a shop. So of course I wasn't blindsided by it or anything. That would be silly of me. Anyway, what she needs today is a boost of energy. She has more stuff to move around for the festival, but she's been fretting over Lillian so much that she hasn't got a wink of sleep. This isn't a job for me, a cup of coffee. It needs monstrous energy. That's where you come in. The recipe needs peach seeds. It's really easy. Just that? Just peach seeds? Of course not. Have you ever heard of a potion with only one ingredient? So then what else do I put in it? Oh, something blue and something shiny? Memory is getting even worse. Not saying anything, Maribel turns and walks away, not even an acknowledgement. Somehow she is way more scatterbrained today than usual. It's kind of disconcerting. Guess that worrying won't make the potion create itself, though. Peach seeds, something blue and something shiny. What could that be? Well, obviously something blue would be the... what do you call it? Oh, yeah, the bluebird feather. Whatever reason, my mind got stuck on blueberries, but something shiny. It'd be the gems? I mean, that's the only shiny thing I can think of. Okay, so yeah, it was peach seeds, something blue, something shiny. Let's hope this works. Okay, let's create it. Like usual, put the ingredients and start to stir. It's becoming kind of a ritual, soothing in a sense. As I wait for Maribel to come back for the potion, I reflect back on the beginning of the day. Something really seems to have her rattled. But what? Assuming that someone who's been in business this long with a shop nearly everyone hates would be pretty thick-skinned. Maybe I was wrong about that, but whatever is going on, I don't think she's going to tell me about it today. I hope she's alright. Alright, Chet? Rather than sneaking up on me, Maribel approaches me calmly. Is the potion ready? As ready as it'll ever be. Yes, I just finished boiling it up. Just like my emotions. Wonderful. Let me get this to Sarah, and I'll come back with the next order for you. Okay, cool. The rest of the day proceeds with much less fanfare than I'm used to. Overall is much calmer than I've ever seen her. He's almost acting like a legitimate boss. So weird. It's weird that I think it's weird. What has this place done to me? I mean, things could be a lot worse. By the time I clock out and go home, I'm almost dreading the thought of coming to work tomorrow. She's gonna be like that again. Almost dreading. Part of me that still cares about my paycheck is ecstatic. Because of course it would be. Past few days have been such a whirlwind that I feel like I should be prepared for anything when I walk up to Mirabelle's shop. But nothing could prepare me for what I saw. Oh god, what had she done? Which was absolutely nothing. Oh. Mirabelle, are you in there? Try knocking on the locked door and I can't hear anything inside. What's going on? She's done plenty of stuff, but she's never been late. Is she not at the shop? Did she leave? When is she coming back? Is she coming back? Thinking about that makes something ache in my chest. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. For as long as it's felt, barely no one her for less than a week. I decided to wait for her, leaning back against the wall of the shop and closing my eyes. In a few minutes, I think it's hard to keep track, finally hear a familiar voice. Richard, I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting. What happened? Not like you to be late for work. I know, I'm sorry. I had a little bit of official business to take care of. You couldn't have left me like a note or something? Just some stuff related to the festival. Nothing you need to worry about. You know what the seller fee is going to be like. The festival? It's in 2 days. Shouldn't the fees have been handled weeks ago? Under normal circumstances, perhaps. But we have, a special arrangement. So you have more leeway on the deadline? Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's pretty convenient. Very. Now, come on, let's get to work. What do you need? What do I need to make today? Oh, I got a lovely visit from Lillian today. Having the exact opposite problem Sarah was, I'm afraid. She's been having such a hard time sleeping lately. Needs something that will, at a bare minimum, give her a really good nap. Make sure to put in mint and 2 things that smell good. Now, just a moment. I have some stuff I need to tidy up. Okay, 2 things that smell good. Well, one thing I can think of is lavender, but don't know about the other thing. She's definitely doing this on purpose now. Mint and 2 things that smell good. Yep. Okay, we'll put the mint in. I'm assuming maybe the dandelion? Okay, hold on. Let me just reread this just to check. Okay, I'll guess it is dandelion, because, yeah. But when they do, they have a big effect, and she wants a really good nap, so, you know. Okay, so... Okay, well, dandelion it is. I'm hoping this is right. Wait, what's happening? Did I mess the potion up? I was doing so well. I think my definition of smells good may be different from Mirabelle's. Okay, so not that. Okay, well, I was thinking rose petals, but that has to do with passion and emotions, which she doesn't want. She just wants a nap. So the only other thing I could maybe think of is the beeswax? Maybe because, I mean, honey smells nice. Otherwise, well, I don't think peach seeds would have a smell, would they? Or maybe it could be peach seeds, because, yeah, giving insomniac a good night's sleep. Okay, let's try peach seeds then. Okay, nope, that's not it either, because I messed it up. Okay, the only other thing is the rose petals, I guess. Okay, it was the rose petals then. Huh, interesting. What quickly become a habit, I stick the ingredients inside the cauldron and wait for the mixture to start quietly bubbling. I slowly stir the potion. I think about this morning. So strange for Mirabelle to not be here waiting for me. I'm not sure I quite believe her story about having an arrangement with the festival. Sure, I believe she has a booth, but what kind of arrangement could she have that would mean she gets to pay the fee later than everyone else? The festival treasurer her brother or something? Is that how her shop has survived so long with such bad reviews? Oh, red shirt. You'll burn the potion if you're not careful. Ah, yeah, sorry. I just spaced out there. Don't worry, I know it would have been fine. Being so consistent, it's amazing. Come on, let's get this bottled up so I can give it to Lillian. Poor dear at the counter looking like she is at death's door. Alright, just a second. As soon as I finish bottling it, Mirabelle takes the potion out of my hands and scurries away. Despite everything, it feels like we have a pretty decent rhythm going. The rest of the day goes smoothly. Not without its problems, but nothing that seemed insurmountable. But the little things that have been building up don't leave my mind. What's the arrangement? Why was Mirabelle so nervous earlier? Since I'm only a temporary employee and my tenure ends in all 2 days, I'll probably never find out. But that just makes it even hard to ignore the mystery right in front of me, even when I'm off the clock. Can't believe the festival is tomorrow. This definitely isn't how I planned on spending it. We've been making a lot of potions. The shop might actually make a profit. And we even have regular customers now. Wait, why am I thinking of Mirabelle's shop in terms of us? Wouldn't we be working here 2 days from now? When I arrived, Mirabelle was waiting for me outside with a sad, solemn smile on her face. Uh-oh, what's up? Hey, Redshirt, there's something we need to talk about. I swallowed a lump that formed in my throat listening to her voice. What could be going on that would cause her to act like this? No, it can't be my performance. She's not the kind of boss to fire someone who's doing a good job. Come on inside. It'll be easier to talk there than out here. Is something wrong? Not exactly. Oh no, that's not right. Obviously there's something wrong. I'm in the shop for a few years now. It's not like I don't know what everyone says about me. I open out the workbook and see all those angry reviews. It hurts. Oh. Honestly, I always thought she was just that oblivious, or that none of the negativity bothered her. I know that I've been in over my head. I was never ready to own a shop of my own. These negative reviews, almost all of them are telling the complete truth. I thought if I worked hard enough and kept a smile on my face, I could turn things around. Never worked, but I kept trying. Owning my own shop was the dream for so long. I just couldn't give it up. You know the arrangement I mentioned for the festival? Yeah, you told me about it, but no offense, it didn't really make sense. Yeah, left out a lot of information. Applied for the store this year, just like all the other years since I opened the shop, but they rejected me. Rejected you? Wow. You don't need to be mad at them on my behalf. They're right, but I just couldn't admit it to myself. I begged them to reconsider. Eventually, they relented, but under the condition that I pay an extra insurance fee. The fee is very large. They were at least nice enough to let me pay it in installments, but they didn't sell every potion we bring to the festival. I had to close up the shop permanently. I was completely broke now. Sorry for not telling you this earlier. I didn't want to put all that on your shoulders when you were only going to be here for a week. So why are you telling me this now? Because for the first time in a long while, I felt like there's hope. I put out the job posting. I didn't expect to get someone who was actually really good at making potions. And I definitely didn't expect the person who responded to be such a pretty girl either. Huh? I swore I would be honest with everything today, no exceptions. Anyway, if a miracle happens and we sell enough to keep the shop open, I want you working here. Don't have to make a decision right now, but will you promise to think about it, at least? Yeah, I promise. Somehow this just feels right. Not because I want a job either. I think we really can turn the shop around. Take a lot of hard work from both of us, but if we can work together, we can do it. Now, before you get too distracted, guess who came to the counter just before I left to wait for you? Was it one of the regulars? Both of them. They only need one potion though. Let me guess, I had to brew that potion? You really are a quick learner. This one is a bit unusual. It's not a potion made for drinking. It's one you water a plant to change its properties. But the method of making it is exactly the same, so just think of it like normal, okay? For flower sparkleizer, you need peach seeds plus 2 more flower ingredients. But not lavender, and nothing yellow. Okay, so not the dandelions or the lavender. So there's the rose petals. Huh? You'll figure it out. I think I just heard the bell. Finally, Mirabelle leaves me to my own devices. And potentially my own demise. Really do need to think about it before committing to this job long term. Should at least ask her to get better at sharing actual recipes with me. So, plant ingredients for the plant potion. One of the ingredients is peach seeds, neither is lavender, and none of them are yellow. What does that leave me with? Oh yeah, the mint, right. Okay, so yeah, so there's peach seeds and 2 other flour ingredients. Oh, is mint considered a flour? Okay, well let's hope this works. Yeah, another perfect potion coming up. Hell yeah, I got it right then. Maybe it's a bit arrogant to put it like that, but I have been doing a good job. Mirabelle said so herself. Should I draw some leaves on the label so nobody thinks they can drink it themselves? No, that would just make them think it's made of plants. Which, well, it is, but I don't know if it'll make a person sparkle like it'll make plants sparkle. That'd be a surprise to someone just looking to quench their thirst. What would? Well, to be surprised that she'd see it, but I think surprises me anymore. Do you know what would happen if a person were to drink this potion? Well, nothing probably. Do you want to test the sparkling on yourself? No, I just want to stop people from drinking it when they shouldn't. Oh dear, I don't think anyone could really stop that, but you may be overthinking it. Mirabelle takes the potion out of my hand, summons a pen out of thin air, and writes something on the label. Then she holds the bottle up to me. Beneath the shop's name and plant sparkleizer, it says, "Tastes like spoiled milk, do not drink." Does it really? No, but most people aren't going to want to find out. Now let's get this out to Lillian and Sarah, but I'm trying to figure out why they need sparkling plants. Probably for the festival. Really nice to be able to have casual conversations with Mirabelle. She is still my boss, of course, but after this morning's talk, I feel like we cleared the air. The rest of the day passes by similarly, but as the minutes and hours tick by, I can't help but become increasingly aware of how little time there is until things change for good. It's less than a day now until I'll be at the festival. For better or for worse. One point I drop a bottle, an empty one, luckily. Mirabel asks if something is wrong. Try to play it off as just being clumsy, but I don't think she buys it. When it's time to clock out, I don't really want to leave, but Mirabel shoos me outside, gives me a key to the shop and tells me to let myself in if something comes up. Barely have an appetite at dinner, nearly too nervous to fall asleep. Never thought so much would be riding on the village festival. Gone every year since I was a kid, but it's always been a good time. This is it, the day of the festival. However this week ends up, it's going to be decided today. Mirabel asked me to come to the shop early today. Did a lot of preparation, but apparently we got a single rush order. She had to come in to make that potion while she finishes setting up the stall. Let myself in with the key Mirabel gave me yesterday. Shop feels so barren without her here. I go to my station. There are 2 folded notes waiting for me. Which one should I read first? Left or right? Let's go with the left. Dearest Sarah, I know we didn't get off to a great start, but I assure you that despite your breaking my foot, this past week has been the most joyful of my life. Heart bursts with kindness and compassion and cheer. Rather than feeling inadequate, I feel confident and energized in your presence. If you would allow me the pleasure of being your beloved, I would wait for nothing more in my life. With ever-flowing love, Lillian. Oh, that's sweet. I don't think I should be reading this. Mirabel, why did you leave someone else's love letter at my station? I should just look at the other note. Hopefully it's not also a confession. I'm assuming I probably need to attach that letter to the potion. Dear Richard, thanks for coming in early today. Oh, it's not ideal with the festival and all, but when Lillian came up to me and asked for a potion of courage so she could confess to Sarah, I couldn't say no. Have you seen those lovebirds? I'm surprised they weren't already courting. You even left a really sweet note for her. Make sure to bring it with you when you come up here, alright? Could have made it clearer that the note wasn't for me. Why did you even leave it here in the first place? Never mind that, let me read the rest of the letter first. First you need to make today is one that increases the drinker's courage. 3 main ingredients are something chromatic, something made in the ground, something you make a wish on. I'm sure you'll be able to help Lillian and Sarah. Relationship depends on you. Great, thanks. You had no pressure. Oh, I've had plenty of practice now, so it shouldn't be that difficult, right? It's something chromatic, something made in the ground, and something you make a wish on. What do I have for those? Well, something romantic would be the, rose petals, yeah. A romantic one. Okay, and then something made of the ground. Okay, is the wishes one dandelion? Because it says like wishes, so I don't know. I'm thinking ground would be peach, and so dandelion? Okay, something romantic, something made in the ground, and something you can make a wish on. Okay, well, let's see. Operate the cauldron and my ladle like I'm possessed, not really registering what's going on. Have to get to the festival as soon as possible, no matter how this potion turns out. Uh-oh. I'm gonna regret it, aren't I? Don't even look at it when I go to bottle it, so I'm not even sure if it's worth drinking. Just have to figure that out later. Gotta leave now. Quickly as I can, I clean everything up, finish closing out the shop, and start to run to the town square where the festival is being held. It's easy to tell when I'm getting closer, since there are more and more people closer and closer together on the streets. Barely managed to avoid running into anybody. Eventually I do have to slow down, because there are simply too many people to run past. People crowd in groups with their friends and loved ones in front of all the different stalls, trying a variety of foods and other sundries. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry, didn't mean to step on your foot. We squeezed through just for a moment. Every part of festival is like this, but the stall area is always packed to the brim. After a while of moving past people, I finally find my goal. A small booth in a corner, barely out of shadows, a respectable display of bottled potions and impeccably designed labels. Below a sign bearing a familiar shop name, Mirabelle's Miraculous Mixtures. Mirabelle, I got the potion! About time, there's so many people here. I managed to wriggle my way through people browsing Mirabelle's wares, and behind the stall, sitting in the empty seat next to her. Come on, let me see what you brought. She gave Mirabelle the courage potion she had me make before I left. I should tell her that we didn't have the time to make it, alright? Oh, I fucked up, didn't I? That bad, huh? Make sure not to pour that on any of the bushes here. Ouch. No time to waste, let's get back to selling. You, in the red shirt. You look like someone whose life woes can be helped with a stiff drink. I got plenty of stiff drinks here for the disconcerting customer. Yeah, but that's not what a stiff drink is. Laughed brightly before turning to look at me with a twinkle in her eye. It got your attention, didn't it? You're not supposed to get my attention. And, I mean... Am I not? Eva flutters her eyelashes at me. My face immediately feels hot and I jerk around to look away from her. Doing this on purpose. You... point to a tired-looking woman holding a baby in one arm with a small child holding her other hand. Do you need a monstrous energy potion? As the day goes on, Mirabelle and I try to get people's attention, but surprisingly it turns out not to be necessary. People are coming to stop at our stall even without being called over. At first I thought it was out of morbid curiosity, or with how bad a reputation Mirabelle's shop has. But maybe for some people that was it. But soon, people actually started to buy potions. Gradually but steadily, the number of potions resting atop our table dwindled. And as the sun sets, someone brought the last of the potions we set up. We did it! We did it! The shop can stay open! Just as Mirabelle said that, a burst of purple fireworks blasted through the sky. And the fireworks are celebrating our momentous achievement. Yeah, how courteous of them. Of course I know it's just a coincidence, but it's nice to think that the rest of the village wants to celebrate with us too. Since we no longer have anything to sell, an excellent problem to have, all we do is watch the fireworks display light up the night sky. It paints this view above us with a rainbow of different colours, all both beautiful and fleeting. I've seen the fireworks a ton of times, alone, with family, with friends. Somehow it feels different this year. Looking to the side to see where Mirabelle is sitting next to me, she's looking at the fireworks with a determined expression on her face. Wonder if she feels the same way I do. While I was thinking about her, Mirabelle kissed me softly on the lips. I think that answers my question. It's awfully unprofessional, I know, but I've been wanting to do that for a while. You have? It's been very distracting. Now I have a very important question for you. No, she couldn't be not this soon. Do you promise to come to work tomorrow morning? Will you kiss me again if I do? Absolutely. Then I promise. Keep working for you tomorrow and every day after that. Hold on, you'll need vacations and sick days too. Finally, I can't help but feel grateful that my last job let me go. If they hadn't gotten rid of me, I wouldn't be here right now. Future of the shop might still be uncertain, but one thing's for sure. However it turns out, Miyobu and I will face it together. Oh, and that's the end. I want more with these two. They're so cute. I love them. And that was a very adorable and cute game. I really enjoyed playing that. Wish it had been a little bit longer, but yeah, it was perfect the way it is. But yeah, that was a very cute game. As far as I know, there are potentially other endings. The only one I could think of is if we fuck up everything, but yeah, I want to leave this game on a good note and not feel miserable about it. But if you guys want to try it out for whatever fucked up reason, link will be down in the description below for the game. And yeah, with that, we'll be moving on to the next game.